Tanashinda niseme nini?
Najua, this is how podcast starts.
You must greet someone.
We start with jokes.
So, anyway, on to today's topic, we're gonna touch on the difference between weight loss and fat loss.
I thought they were the same.
No, they're not the same. They can't
Why?
be the same. Because one is drastic, the other one is gradual. So weight loss is more drastic than fat loss.
What can people do? Like without coaching, without anything? Can they achieve both?
Yeah, you can achieve either of the two. So it depends with how bad or how badly do you want either of the two. So according to me, I always view it in terms of sustainability. I mean, weight loss is more unsustainable than fat loss.
True.
Weight loss is more of a quick fix than a fat loss. Weight loss is temporal happiness than fat loss. So I think most people want to see quick results, or people who want to see quick results will lean towards weight loss than fat loss. Ama?
So I think to me, what I've seen people do is you come here to me today and
Yeah.
you want to lose weight, but you want to lose it yesterday. You have 100 kgs on you. You want to be 80 kgs by tomorrow. So the quickest, I think, easiest way is just chop one leg. I think you'll be 80.
Yeah,
That's weight loss.
that's true. I mean, you know, when it comes to body composition or what entails your weight, we have water weight, we have fat mass, we have muscle, we have bone density, and what else do we have? There are those four.
Fat, water, muscle, skeleton.
And skeletal,
water,
yeah. So when you're addressing weight loss, you can lose either of the four. You can lose weight, like so for instance, you step on the scale right now, you're 80 kilos. And then you sip a glass of water, or you just drink 8 glasses of water, like people say. At the end of the evening, if you step on that scale, you'll be maybe 81 point something. So if you visit the washroom the next morning after you've woken up, again, you'll be maybe 79 or 80. So you see those fluctuations, they'll assume you're losing weight because you have extracted something from your system. If you do this continuously, maybe for a month, and you start including things like now running, you start doing intermittent fasting or fasting, and such gimmicks, at the end of those 4 weeks, of course, again, you lose something.
This is probably 10, and people will say, "Oh, it's working," right?
Yeah, because you have lost it.
Kabisa.
You have lost,
but they don't know what they're losing.
but they don't know what they're losing.
And most people that they're losing, because see, most people gain their weight back.
Probably water weight and everything.
Water and muscle.
And muscles,
sana.
some bit of fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why after you stop doing those habits,
Yeah.
that is, you stop fasting, you stop drinking water. I mean, you just do the opposite of what you've been doing. Your weight will go back to.
I think
80.
that's even probably the reason why most personal trainers, good personal trainers or coaches, have a hard time, I would say, selling their things, is because we are trying to sell you fat loss. We are trying to sell you the thing that you wanted. I don't want you to come to me and say, I want to be 80 kilograms, but at the moment you get to 80, it's like you don't live, you cannot even try that journey again.
Yeah.
So you see what I mean is, you are 100 kilograms today, and someone tells you have to fast to get to 80. Okay, to be honest, you can do that because you feel some pain. You don't want to be 100. But the moment you are 80, do you think you're going to continue fasting? So if you are not going to continue fasting, why do you even start it in the first place? So we do have a different method, I would say. Our method, or the right way to lose fat, which is what most people want, is we can get to 80 kilograms, but we need to have a plan. So how does the plan look like? For most people, it means you need to get stronger, number one, because muscle mass is one thing that we need to maintain or add for like every single person. See, every single person needs some muscles.
Yeah.
So you're not going to become a bodybuilder. Many women believe that they're going to do a push-up and then turn into Ronnie Coolman.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, so start lifting some weights. Probably do 2 to 3 days a week. You don't need to do these crazy things of leg day, back day, arms day, chest day.
Yeah.
Just do a full body workout. A full body workout looks like today you're doing squats. You're doing 4 sets of squats. You're doing 3 sets of overhead press, and then you're doing probably 3 sets of bent over rows or any lat pull down machine. Once you do that, that's a full body workout. Next day you do deadlifts, you do a bench press, and then you do maybe some carries or some form of like sled push.
Yeah.
And then the last day, you combine. That's a full body workout. You do that for 12 weeks, your body is going to respond like it has never responded before. Why? There's a new stimulus coming to your body.
Yeah.
You're building muscle, you're getting stronger, you feel good. And then when we say building muscle, or when we say go lift some weight, we're not talking about 2.5 kgs or these pink dumbbells that people do use all the time. It's India.
Yeah.
I think most people, I have trained a lot of women. For most of them, okay, the first week we use 5 kilograms, but trust me, 5 kilograms is just during week number 1. After week number 1, it's 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17. Sometimes they get to 25, sometimes they get even to 30 kilograms. So yeah,
I mean,
overload.
aim is to go stronger than how you started, or at the end of those number of weeks. Maybe you're planning to try this program for 12 weeks. Your aim after 12 weeks should be stronger than how you started. So the reason why I emphasize on strength training is because of
The thing you said, your body is made of fat,
muscle, water, and bones.
Okay,
Skeleton,
bones,
yeah.
skeleton, and brain, and like your organs. For most people, when they want to lose weight or when they say I want to turn, what does that mean? It
You want
means
to build
less
muscle.
of fat,
So
right?
less of fat, more of muscle.
So what if now we tell you that you have less fat, you have a lot of fat, but also you don't have a lot of muscle mass? So why can't we focus on improving on this, maybe while decreasing this kidogo? So because weight loss, it's you have a lot of fat, you have less muscles, and you're going to decrease this as you decrease what you have less of.
Actually, losing muscle is so easy when you're doing weight loss.
Oh yeah.
Because your body don't need it, especially if you're doing these drastic quick fixes. And so when you're doing fat loss, which is the thing you're advocating for, the reason why Keith is saying you need to focus on strength training is so that you can build muscles. And if you build muscles, at the same time, you'll be burning fat. So here you're losing fat, at the same time, you're gaining muscle. And then fat is more dense, because denser than muscle. Or
No, muscle takes less space in your body than muscle mass.
Than the muscle.
Than fat mass. Sorry.
Than fat mass.
Yeah.
So you'll appear to be smaller and at the same time stronger, and at the same time the fat that you had lost will not come back easily, as opposed to if you do the weight loss thing. So number one thing is involve yourself in strength training. Number two, try now to check
Eat
on
more.
your nutrition side.
Yeah. So for me, nutrition, the one thing that I am good at, whenever I have clients, the number one thing we do is we tell them to eat more. And by eating more, we are not telling you, hey, eat more chapati, eat more sijui mandazi, or eat more this.
So what do most people say when it comes to weight loss or fat loss?
Eat less, move more.
Yeah. So, but what most people do is they try to eliminate. So they eliminate.
They eat less, and then they also eat less of the necessary things.
Yeah. So they eliminate carbohydrates, they think like it's the enemy. They try to be on a very strict diet. So sugar is the enemy. That's what they say. Carbohydrates and just foods of that nature. But you realize if you do that for a period of time, you'll start to crash it, especially when you start craving it. So if you crave it, you'll develop bad relationship with food, you see?
Because once you eat them, now you never stop.
Yeah. So the point here is not you abstaining from these foods. The point here is knowing what's missing in your plate that you can add in order for you to do what? To meet your targets without developing bad relationship with food.
This is the structure I like our clients to do. It's let's not focus on carbs first. Let's focus on proteins. So I think everyone has a target of like each person has a number of protein they need to be eating every day, right?
Yeah, but they don't know, yeah.
They don't know that, right? So what we do is we, as coaches, we know that number, or we do there's some formulas you can use. You can find them online. You can just go and Google how much protein do I need to take, and then you're going to find that number. But now, how do you actualize that in terms of food? How much food do you know you're going to need to eat? So for example, if say you are a woman and you are 75 to 80 kilograms and your goal weight is or has always been 60 kilograms.
Yeah.
Your protein target for the day should be 120 grams minimum.
Yeah.
So with 120 grams of protein, how can you get 120 grams in your day? So you'll find out if someone eats how any Kenyan eats, they tend to eat probably, most Kenyans eat around 60 to 80 grams of protein if they on the higher side. So we need to double that. How do we double that? Let's start with your breakfast. So most people, do they have for breakfast? And how can you improve that?
Tea with bread.
Tea with bread. How about we add 3 eggs? And if you don't like eggs, how about you eat the protein you ate the previous night? So if you ate beef, please add 100 grams of beef or 200 grams of beef. For every 100 grams of animal protein, you're going to get 25 to 30 grams of protein.
Actually, if you realize we haven't told you to do away with bread or tea, what you have told you to do is to add protein in your breakfast so that you can try to meet your protein intake at the end of the day.
To balance it out.
And also
even balances your nutrition out.
Yeah. So the first thing you realize if you do that, you'll automatically start feeling fuller before even you finish your 3 slices of bread. And if you want to even make it more attainable, start with the eggs, because if you start with the eggs, you'll create less space for the bread. So you yourself automatically will eliminate the bread from your diet. That is because you are already satisfied. So number 1 is to improve on your breakfast, which should be rich in protein, or just it should be quality.
Add 3 eggs. If you don't like eggs, add a piece of chicken, have beef, or whatever protein you have in the evening, just add that. For most of our clients, we like to have 2 eggs with 100 grams of chicken or beef or fish.
So why do people normally think first thing when they gain weight, they think about eliminating wheat and this other?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Okay, number 1, it's what most people do, and we know that most people eat a lot of wheat.
Yeah.
And number 2, so if we look at the foods that are very easy to overeat in the world, okay, the number 1 for me is oil. Most people overeat oil.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of oil.
And it doesn't matter whether it is coming from olive
or avocado,
whether it's coming avocado
or butter or whatever.
Butter or tallow.
People use a lot of oil cooking, so they overeat oil. The second thing that people overeat is carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Because if I give you, say, a piece of cake, a serving of a piece of cake is actually not even, it's probably this size.
Yeah.
But there's no one who is eating like this size of cake, like a cake that can fit here. Most people, once they eat cake, it's a whole hand, or maybe something that can fit in, like on a plate. So yeah, when you eat them, you don't get full, and it's easy to overeat. But now, to avoid that issue, cutting them is not the solution. So that's why like weight loss gets harder for people, because you have cut everything out and you're like, hey, this thing is hard. I cannot survive this way. So what we're telling you here is start going to the gym, get stronger. Number 2, eat more proteins. And once you have added your proteins to your diet, now ask yourself, probably you can ask yourself this: a healthier you or a leaner you, what do they eat, or what should they eat? Probably they should eat 2 to 3 fruits a day. Most people don't eat fruits. They should eat vegetables with their meals. They should eat less fried foods. They should drink more water.
I think most people try to cut off these sugary things, including fruits,
Imagine.
because they don't look at the bigger picture. You're looking at the taste, but you're not looking at what this fruit is coming up with. Like, if you look at the composition of a fruit, it has fiber, it has vitamins and other nutrients, yeah? So the difference between maybe a fruit and a sugar cane, I mean not a sugar cane, but this commercial sugar, is because the commercial sugar doesn't have fiber. So the repercussion of you overeating commercial sugar, it will result you to overfeed in general. But if you eat fruits, it will come up with these other benefits of fiber, of satisfaction, of just nutrients and whatnot. So cutting down fruits or trying to eliminate fruits completely from your diet because you think is the thing that is making you gain weight, well, perhaps if maybe you blend it and start doing so, that's when you'll overeat or over consume, as opposed to if you take it as a whole. So instead of you squeezing your fruits and just looking for a juice that is from different flavor, just go for that fruit that is rich in that flavor and eat it as a whole. So me, because the reason I'm saying so, I've had so many coaches telling people that fruit is the enemy,
Imagine.
sugar is the enemy, carbs is the enemy. You know why? Because of the so-called
sugar.
insulin.
Or if
Yeah, they
spicy
misuse the word
engine.
insulin left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So just understand the benefits of it before you dismiss it or
Unless you have
demonize it.
diabetes, if you have diabetes and then your doctor tells you not to eat certain fruits, that we can understand. But fruits are one of the most healthiest foods you can
Yeah,
ever eat.
for sure, for sure.
'Cause
So
even babies, they give them fruits.
Yeah.
When they are growing up.
when they're growing up.
Yeah. So
So
Imagine.
number 1, we said is muscle. Number 2 is nutrition. Number 3 is now movement. If
People
you,
don't
want
move.
if you want to achieve fat loss, you need to move more. And by movement, we mean just walking. Walking is enough. I mean, you don't have to run, to jog, to sprint, to jump.
Let me add on that.
Yeah.
So I think most people, when they start this journey of trying to get better, trying to lose weight, trying to do this, they tend to put a lot of efforts, a lot of efforts in their 1 hour of exercise. So you'll see someone going even to the gym probably 6 days in a week. And a week has 168 hours, if I'm not mistaken. If you exercise 6 hours a day or 6 hours in a week, and you don't take care of what you do during those 162 hours of the rest of the week, that is going to be probably very useless. So put less effort in the exercise that you do and more effort in the other things that you need to be doing outside of exercise. So for example, we limit our clients to how many days of training?
At least thrice a week.
3 times a week. Our clients train 3 days a week, but all the time they constantly tell us how good their results are or how sustainable it is. Why? Because we focus on both things. So you train, you are building muscle, you're getting stronger, you are eating more, which means it's not restrictive. And then the part that is hard for most is how to make those 162 hours outside of your
The
training
gym.
sessions
Yeah.
better, because those are the hours that will burn the most amount of calories
Yeah.
in your day. So for most people, we recommend, hey, go for a walk. If you work in an office, yeah, every 2 hours you can say, I'm going downstairs, I'll take a lift, go downstairs, and then take my lift, take the staircase, and then come up. So that will give you 5 to 10 minutes of walking. Or Lunchtime, you finish your lunch, you divide your lunch into two, you finish eating, then you go for a 15-minute walk. When you wake up in the morning, go outside, spend some time outside, not inside on your phone. Those are the few things that will just improve how your body even functions.
And actually, if you realize, so many people think the more they go to the gym in terms of frequency, the more they will see progress. So we are not going to the gym so that we can lose weight. So if your goal is to lose weight, don't put a lot of effort going to the gym like Monday to Saturday or to Friday, thinking that there is where you get the most of it. The thing here is, going to the gym has its own benefits. And the benefit is not weight loss. The benefit is just building muscles.
Getting stronger.
And getting stronger. So building muscle and getting stronger also it needs recovery. So I'm not against going Monday to Saturday. What I'm against is how you program yourself from Monday to Saturday if you're exercising like that. Because you'll find somebody is going all out Monday to Saturday, is not taking a day break.
I think those people never have programs.
Is not doing like something dealing with recovery. Yeah. So you are doing all that, but if you look at your physique, it's not reflecting
6 days a week.
6 days a week. So, no. So you need to understand, even you can use just an example. Look at the people who are just moving, like doing manual tasks, walking up and down, like the people who carry mandazis with the buckets.
Oh, they are lean.
You've never seen anyone who is overweight who does such activity.
Kabisa.
As opposed to this other sedentary lifestyle. So movement is medicine, and how you move does matter a lot. Running is good, but also running has its own benefit. Like, are you trying to increase your heart rate or to improve on your lung capacity vis-a-vis heart? So if you're trying to improve on that, then also you need to know how to structure that in your program. But if your aim is strictly or purposefully weight loss, just try to spread out those steps throughout the day. Try to be active.
10,000, 15,000,
take staircase, take your call while standing if it's a long call. Yani, just try to be on your feet at least 70% of your time, and you'll see magics. You don't have to do all this jumping like a Spider-Man up and down.
Burpees.
Because look, we are looking at longevity, we are looking at sustainability, we are looking at safety. So ask yourself this question: if you get to 90 years, will you still be jumping up and down in the name of keeping fit? Or are you doing this to see quick results? Or why are you jumping up and down? So I think people need to understand is why are they doing those things? Because most people do them because they're just producing
The only
sweat.
thing they see in front of them is, after 4 weeks, I want to be down by 10 kgs. After this week, I want to be... Because most people who are going to listen to this, you have probably lost weight before. The issue is you have regained it all back. Most people have tried. I think there's a study or a statistic that the average person tries 178 diets in their lifetime.
Yeah.
178. So you're going to try losing weight 178 times in your lifetime. That's too much.
And then the thing is, still after trying those 178 times,
you'll definitely give up.
No, the thing is, you don't still understand how you gained it back.
Exactly.
So if you're able to understand the genesis of your weight gain from the word go, from there you'll be able to solve it smoothly as opposed to just shooting in the air, in the darkness. So I think movement is one of the most underrated thing by the vast majority of people. And I've asked some of the clients who are newbies, how many steps do you cover in a day? 2,000, 1,000. And then I tell them, okay, let's set a target. Let's start with 5,000 for this period of maybe 2 weeks or so. How will I cover 5,000? We give them those tips you've given you. And then from just making 2,000 to 5,000 steps.
In 1 month, they have lost 2 kgs, 3 kgs.
Just from, imagine just from moving, not jumping or doing any of those acrobatic movements. And then from there, they now scale up. We keep on increasing because our goal is 10K every single day, at least 6 times a week. You realize someone has lost 2 kgs, 3 kgs, 6 kgs just from moving. And now, if you correct the diet and we start doing the strength training part,
my clothes are falling off.
Yeah. You see, those things, they are more sustainable. they are more safer,
The efforts,
and they are more enjoyable,
yeah,
as opposed to using, people measure the metric of effectiveness of a workout through sweat
sweating.
Through
How hard
soreness.
was it?
and through time.
Oh yeah,
Like, they can't believe like they can see progress under 1 hour.
kabisa.
They believe if I spend 2 hours in the gym, I'll see more progress than if I spend 60 minutes in the gym or less.
I think most of my best workouts, I never sweat.
And if you realize the people who spend more than 2 hours in the gym or 1 hour, they tend to chit chat a lot.
Kabisa.
The rest period in between is a lot. The exercise they're doing is a lot. So they tend to do a junk volume of so many things. And at the end of the week, they're so tired. And if you fail to come to the gym because they're going 6 times a week, they feel guilty. So it's all about structure and how you have programmed yourself.
And then imagine, this is the same person, so you have been trying to lose weight, you try a new thing, okay, now let's say they're trying to fast. See, when they do IF, because
Yeah.
IF is the easiest, understandable form of diet anyone can try, which is, don't eat
From this
say
time to this
from
time.
8 p.m. and then start eating at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Funny enough, whenever I meet people who do IF, I ask them what do you eat? So for me, as a nutrition coach, I'm more interested in you improving what you eat than you restricting what you're the amount of food you are eating. So for example, if you come to me and then you have an issue, like every Saturday you eat pizza, every Friday you go out, every morning you eat bread and tea, I'm not worried about fasting. I'm more worried about, okay, let's improve your nutrition before we look for weight loss or other things. Because which one is going to stick with you forever?
Yeah.
Improving your food is a much better strategy to use than restricting a shit plan.
And if you realize this one thing, the reason why we have lunch, breakfast, and dinner is so that you can spread those nutrients to your body throughout the day. I mean, if you do IF or OMAD, remember, maybe you need to eat how many grams of protein per day?
120. Do you know how many people hit their protein targets every day? It's less than 10% of the population in the world.
And those are maybe the gym rats and the bodybuilders.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the ordinary Jane and Joe.
Yeah.
So this person fasts for maybe 12 hours or so.
Hours. Nowadays it's 16.
16 hours. Day, yes. 16 hours, how can you hit 130? Mind you, your body cannot store protein like fats, the way your body can store fat or carbs. So it means your body will suffer from protein deprivation. You'll suffer from nutrients from other foods and such, electrolytes because you'll feel crampy, and other side effects of fasting.
Or maybe let's explain. Let me give you an example of why this is happening. You might say, oh, no, it didn't happen. Maybe people are different. I give you an example. Probably you have tried fasting before. Did you lose your periods? Did your periods become inconsistent? Do you think it's just because maybe something you are getting older? No. You changed your diet or you gave your food less than it needed.
Yeah.
Your periods are going to suffer. I give you another example. People say, oh, my sleep is horrible. Why? If your diet is bad, of course your sleep is going to be affected. Because you sleep, people can sleep good if they have two hormones working properly. Their cortisol or their stress levels and their the sleep hormone.
I mean sleep hormone.
It's okay.
Melatonin.
Yeah, melatonin. Yeah, it's working properly. If you don't have those two working properly, you're not going to sleep so well. So most people you are on a diet, but you don't know if that diet is working or not. Because there are people who will, even people Jen and Joe, the average person, they are bloated all the time. But they think it's wheat. No, it's not wheat. Okay, yes, you eat a lot of carbs.
It could be.
Also, there are things that you eat that your body doesn't like. So how do you know that? Try to clean up your plate. Try to add some proteins. Try to eat probably more fruits, more fiber. There are even people who come to me, then they say, me, I poop once every 5 days.
Imagine.
And then, oh no, my doctor told me it's normal.
Something is a flex.
That's not normal.
And something like it's something normal, like going to the loo once in every 2 days.
Every blue moon.
I mean, that's very dangerous. And you should see a medical doctor. And actually, about nutrition, I think it's all sums up to habits. People don't understand why are they not losing weight. Why they're losing weight, but why they can't keep it off completely. It is understand how this thing works and where these things are coming from, you know. Before you blame your hormones, your genetics, your age, because those are the common complaints we hear from people, ask yourself, what time do you go to bed? Are you going to bed midnight, at 11 p.m., at 1 p.m.? Ask yourself, your protein intake, how does it look like? Do you demonize eggs? Do you demonize red meat? Do you demonize food because you believe they have these repercussions? Another question, ask yourself, how often do you exercise? And if you go to the gym, what do you do in the gym? Are you going there to do aerobics?
Burpees.
Are you going there to do burpees? Are you going there to do box jumps? Are you going there to lift pink dumbbells? I mean, those are some of the questions you need to ask yourself. Another question you need to ask yourself is, how many steps are you covering in a day? For as much as you go to the gym 6 times a week, are you covering 2K steps because you are very busy? Are you like so busy not to move at all because your life revolves around work? Those are some of the things you need to ask yourself. So if you start addressing such issues, you realize you'll solve 99.99% of your problems. So you're telling me, ever since I stopped eating sugar, I start seeing changes. Of course, you started seeing changes because you eliminated something that was maybe you are so much into it, like you're baptizing, you're immersing yourself into that cocoon. So according to me, I believe people are not keeping their weight off completely because they don't understand the root cause of their problems. And they're just following one fad diet after the other, or one fad advice after the other, and they'll forever be in that vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And I think the last point of this talk is sleep. Maybe you can touch more on sleep.
We talked about it last time.
Yeah.
So sleep is very important. For most people, at least 7 hours is a good number. But for me, I look more at what are you doing before you sleep and what do you do during your day. So people who sleep so well, number one, they walk a lot. Number two, they don't use their phone or they are not on Netflix before they sleep. And then number three, they go to bed at the same time almost every day. So if you choose to go to bed at 10, it's fine. Just make sure from 7 to 10 you're not watching Netflix.
And how does sleep affect your weight?
So if your sleep quality is down, which means it's not optimal, your chances of being overweight goes up by 50%. So if today I get less hours of sleep or my quality sleep goes down, my chances of overeating tomorrow increase by 50%. What does that mean? You're going to have a craving at 2, you might have a craving at 9 p.m. And see, people say, oh, I have a sweet tooth. No, you don't have a sweet tooth. You just have a very bad sleep routine. It's not anything to do with your sweet tooth or anything. You have a very bad sleep routine. The second thing is also your house looks like a candy store. It has cake, it has biscuits, it has all the sugars in the world. Yeah, so of course you're going to eat them. So sleep at the same time daily, move, go outside during the day, and then try to cover 6,000 steps a day. And the last one is don't watch a lot of, don't be on your screen before you sleep.
I think also the way I said last time, lack of sleep increases your stress levels because your body is trying to shut down because it has been tired all through from morning to evening. And it's just like your car. If you park it, you know why you're parking it, because you want it to service you for the longest time possible. So the same way you take care of your toys, I think it's the same way you need to take care of your body. Sleep is so important such that if you deprive it, your body, if it accumulates a lot of stress, it will hinder that process of burning fat or just making use of the fat that you want to get rid of, and it will keep on piling up the stress and just losing your muscle mass, putting on weight, at the same time just killing yourself with lots of work and lack of sleep. So to summarize this, you're not losing weight sustainably because your sleep is deprived or your sleep is not quality. Yeah.
Or you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on weight loss. You're focusing on the number of the scale. So from today, what you can focus on is, am I stronger? If you're a woman and you cannot do a push-up, I don't care if you're 100 kgs or if you're 120 kgs, you'll never be able to sustain your weight, like the weight you're going to lose, if you're not able to do one push-up. Why? Because you're not getting any stronger. The day you lose weight is the day you lose muscle. So try to tell your body, hey, I need my muscle, even if I want to get smaller. And once you get smaller, your body will protect you from getting that weight back, because now you have a body that is strong, that is capable. And then the reason why we're saying get stronger is because when someone is stronger, they burn more calories. That's the reason, the number one reason why men eat more than women, and men don't gain weight the way women gain weight. So we tend to, I would say, it's hard for a man to gain weight. I think you have seen it. Yeah, that's why if some men can tell you the amount of food they eat, you'll be like, what? Yes, because they have more muscle. So go to the gym, get stronger. Number two, move more or walk more steps. Like the steps you're doing now, if you're doing 1,000 a day, if you're only going from your house, your car to your house, try to improve that by walking more here and there. And then number three, eat more food, eat more proteins, eat more fruits, eat more good carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, arrowroot potatoes, fruits, and try to eat less, I would say oil, like try to eat less processed foods. Then the last one, sleeps. Like if you improve your sleep, everything is going to be fine. So yeah, you don't have to do these things of IF. I would not even do IF if I was trying to lose weight.
I think IF is not bad, but people are misusing it.
Kabisa.
Like people don't know why they're doing IF. Some are doing it for spiritual purposes.
Yeah,
others are doing it for wrong purposes, like weight loss. You see, I've seen people running every morning or on the treadmill or anywhere because they love running. I'm not against running, but if you run or if you love running, make sure you also engage in strength training. Why? Because you're trying to secure your joints. You know, when you run so much and you don't have enough muscle mass to support that activity, in the year 50 there, in the year some, when you're old enough, you realize you have knee pain, joint pain, and all sorts of pain. And most of them, they put on the sleeves.
Yeah.
To do what? To cover up the pain. Remember, you're just killing the symptoms, but you're not killing the root cause of the problem, or you're not understanding why you're feeling the pain. And some of these people who are experiencing knee pain, number one, is either they're overweight, or they do a lot of pounding activity. So they're running up or jumping up and down. But you can mitigate that through doing strength training. Like you're trying now to grow muscles so that when you go to the track, you can do what? You can have the strength to carry on with the activity. But if you run like the way you normally run and you don't have muscles, trust me, you're killing yourself more than thinking you're building yourself. And I'm not against running. I'm just saying you can't be overweight and you involve yourself in running. You need to start build some strength and all that, and then you can go on the track. This one goes to people who are overweight and people who are so athletic. I've seen people who are doing marathon, this long distance, at the age of 45. Most of them, ask them, they have one issue after the other. If it's not the hamstring, it is the ankle. If it's not the ankle, it is the knee. If it's not the knee, it's the elbow and whatnot. So they don't do strength training. They hate doing strength training. They just curse strength training. And
longevity for any sport is just to get stronger. If you get stronger, you're going to
mitigate so many things there.
In the weight room.
Yeah.
The field, you can just do that. Then you're going to, if you enjoy them, do them. But longevity is found in the weight room.
Yeah, and when it comes to that, also go for the one that works for you. I mean, if you love eating
Once
like a
day.
carnivore,
Yeah.
eat like a carnivore, have no problem. If you love doing legumes, you eat your legumes, but just know you still need other essential aminos or other essential nutrients that you can seek either from supplementing or from meat and kina animal-based protein. Because the problem with the vegetarian is that the reason why they cannot put off the weight for as much as they love their legumes is because they are eating more of carbs, more of starch than protein. And legumes don't have a quality protein or enough protein. Some do have, but you'll find out you have to eat a lot of that legume in order for you to meet the numbers. Like 100 grams of beans contain how many grams of protein?
8.
8. And your body needs maybe
100 grams.
100 grams. So you need to eat how many
8 kilogram.
kgs of beans in order for you to meet your target. And then who will like to stay next to you?
Nobody.
So those are some of the things we look at when it comes to choices of food. Legumes are not bad, but me personally, I classify them as carbs. I do eat carbs, I mean them when I'm trying to increase my size. But when I'm trying to cut, I'll try to fetch for the quality sources of protein. But just to a disclaimer, I'm not saying legumes are bad. Just understand what you're eating. And the most important thing is understand your why. When people understand their why, they'll counter so many problems. Why are you eating this? Why are you exercising like this? Why are you sleeping on this time? Why aren't you doing this? I mean, you'll be able to answer so many things. So I think that's it for today.